Do not tell my husband that I am getting ready to return some plants. He will think I am the crazy hobby gardener. We don't need to let him know. I got nervous. Remember how I said, oh, I'm a little intimidated by this whole boxwood thing? But did you know that they only grow about 6 inches a year? So I decided I would go ahead and I would get these hollies, which are absolutely gorgeous. Look at the colors. The new growth is the lighter green. The darker green are the older leaves, and they're just beautiful. They'll berry in the fall and the winter. Dwarf Burford Holly. They're an evergreen. They're quite large for the price. So even though they're smaller than I'd prefer, they're much bigger than the boxwood. Well, I learned a couple things, and I'll tell you about that as I load these guys up and take them back to the nursery and exchange them for the boxwoods. They do grow a little faster than boxwood, but the problem is that variety is going to be very difficult to keep in that 4x4 range, or even 3x4. It's going to be hard to keep it that short. And then if you've ever tried to rip a holly out of the ground, you know why I was doing a lot of research. There's all kinds of reasons that I truly want boxwood. So I'm just going to get what I really truly wanted to get in the first place. I need you guys to wait here while I hurry so I can grab what I need before it rains on us, okay? I got a little bit wet, but I got my boxwoods, Winter Gem Boxwood. Let's take him home. Wake up Mr. Hobby Gardener, and he doesn't even have to know that the plants have been exchanged. All right, we're back from the garden center. Good news is we got the boxwoods in the ground. They've been there for about 2 months and they're doing really well. Fingers crossed. Say your prayer for my boxwoods. Come on, I'll show you how they look. The holly bushes we returned were beautiful, but these Winter Gem Boxwoods are a better fit for my garden. They're gonna grow slower than the holly, but they won't be so hard to keep in that 2 to 3 foot range. Those holly would have been really hard to keep under 4 foot. I'm thrilled with how green they are. They look fantastic contrasting with the red brick. They will get a little bit more bronze during the winter. I'm told Winter Gem doesn't get quite as bronze as some boxwoods, but they will bronze up a bit, and I'm okay with that because I think that'll look pretty with the red brick. Now, I don't have any problems with deer in my garden. I do with rabbits, but not with deer. So that's not a concern for me, but if it was for you, you would probably prefer the boxwood over the holly because apparently deer do not like boxwoods. They're so soft. They're going to be a whole lot easier to manage in this small space. Because the holly bushes are really sharp, it's not a bad idea to use those as kind of a barrier, maybe to keep people out of your yard. The good news for me here in Oklahoma is that boxwoods do fine in clay soil. It is recommended that you amend the soil to help the drainage and make sure that the boxwoods are not sitting in water. They don't like to have their roots too wet. So always make sure that you check before you water. Once established, your boxwoods probably don't even need any watering other than the rain. So they are an easy keeper once they're established, but right now I am sweating it just a little bit because these are really important to me. So I hope this information is helpful to help you decide whether you need a boxwood or whether you need a holly in your yard. They're both beautiful, but they're very different. Please subscribe to my channel, Favorite Hobby Gardener. That way you can follow along, and you can also see how they look when they're bronze in the wintertime because I'll be posting updates for you. And then of course they're gonna need a haircut. Thank you for subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you again, your favorite hobby gardener.